what kind of experiences did you have of being different, being ostracized? I've heard people from different generations talk about what it was like for them, say, in school or maybe sometimes outside of school experiences. Did you have the same kind of experiences, and can you give us some examples of that? And so I was going to ask you about that, and then also ask you about your relationships with people outside of the church, how it was like growing up earlier on, and then in the later decades of the church, if that changed. How that changed. Say what?
I said I have asthma.
Oh,
that's what you heard just now. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just have to take a deep breath. Okay, so your first question was ostracized.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Because you grew up in a different period than now. So.
Right. So we went to this school right over here called Sheldon, named after Charles Sheldon.
Uh-huh.
In his footsteps, Charles Sheldon. Okay, he ran for president, I think, or something.
Oh.
Maybe that was Landon. Anyway, I don't remember. Okay, good. I have a lady come for a massage in 43 minutes, so let's just wrap this up. Sorry. Okay, so we did not celebrate holidays, right?
That's right.
And we did do the Pledge of Allegiance for a while. I don't remember when that stopped, but the holidays was the big thing, and I really remember Christmas. So we wouldn't celebrate them, and they would make us sit out in the hallway in the chair that you would go out and sit in if you were misbehaving. You had to go sit in the chair in the hallway, and everybody that walked past you knew you were sitting in that chair because you were not behaving in class. That's what they made us do. And then my dad jumped on them, and then they would make us go sit on the floor in the gymnasium by ourselves or in the library.
And you remember sitting in both these kinds of
Yes,
situations?
and then in the library they'd make us go. We would get sent away by ourselves. So those second options, they're not, hugely big deals. But they made a big deal out of it. The teacher did. Rachel doesn't celebrate Christmas, so she's going to go because her father called it, bleh.
Tone of voice.
Yeah. And so it was that kind of thing all the time with all the holidays. And they would try to bye, honey.
See you.
Got to go work at Spangles, where it tastes like crime. Just tastes better, what I say. Tastes like crime. Anyway, I said don't sing it to your boss, otherwise you might be fine. Anyway, so that was the big thing, as far as ostracizing back in those days. And then when we started the civil rights thing, representing black people,
you would have been very young.
Yes.
Then.
My dad reopened the Brown versus Board of Education case.
Right, but you were just...
Right, but I still got punished for
it. What do you remember? Yeah.
Well, what I remember is they shot at because Johnson versus Whittier was the case he filed to reopen Brown versus Board of Education to make the Topeka Public Schools actually stop segregating the black children from the whites. So then what did they do? They started busing the black kids over to this side of town and the white kids over there. The parents of the white kids that got bused to that side of town were really, really mad. Like really mad. So the same kind of stuff that the fags started doing to us when we started picketing. They started shooting up and vandalizing the church, shooting out the windows of the cars, all that kind of stuff. And then picking at us at school. The children of the parents who were bitching at home.
How did you get picked up?
Well, they used to chase us now. I was a pretty fast runner now, but I wasn't, the fastest runner. They would chase us from the school home. We'd get about a block in, walking home, and the chase was on. They were trying to catch us to beat us up. And they caught us a couple of times. I remember Tim got caught. He was a really fast runner too. I don't know how that happened. I think it's one of those, all I have to do is outrun the bear thing. I mean, all I have to do is outrun, not the bear, my sister thing, but sometimes he would just let me outrun him and then he'd get caught. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, they'd chase us home and they'd beat us up.
Did you ever get beat up?
Throw us in the bushes, yeah. In fact, I remember one time he actually took to fisticuffs because they threw me and my books in the bushes and in the mud. and then that was it. Not my little sister. Man.
What age were you, or what grade were you?
Oh, second, third,
Uh-huh.
or second, third, around in there. Grade. So that's what I remember about that. Did that answer your question? And that went all the way through school. I mean, when you get into middle school and high school, because you're going from class to class to class, right?
Uh-huh.
Now it's just a school assembly for Christmas or for this or that thing.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's not the individual classes, so you could avoid that pretty easily. You just didn't go to the assembly, and it wasn't that big of a deal. But the teacher would make a big deal.
Uh-huh.
There was this one teacher, he was our music teacher, and he would stand up there and he'd say, "Some people believe that God does not love everybody, that he only died for a small group of us, certain ones of us." Just swaggering around. And, of course, everybody in the room knew who the some people were. He
You're
didn't
the
have to
only
actually-
you're the only Calvinist in the school.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, he would do that. Other than that, just everybody knew that we, didn't run to the same excess of riot, as the verse says, as they did. We didn't do the things they did. All the stuff we were talking about, the partying and the drinking and the sex and the this and the that, we didn't do it.
When you were in
We didn't go to the dances.
when you were in elementary school, you didn't make friends with. Did you make friends with people outside the church?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
I had two friends
Oh.
that I especially remember named Susie and Shelley. And we were a trio. But sometimes we'd get mad at one or the other, and it would be a Shelley war, a Susie war, or a Rachel war. And it would be 2 against 1. It'd be war against that person. I remember that.
that was your own lingo.
Yeah, that's what we go. That was in grade school. I had a really, really good friend in junior high and then into high school, and she was always with me everywhere. Her name